the Canon Powershot G7x Mark II or Mark I. Which one's better? Is it really worth the amount of money? I'm going to go through the pros and the cons and advantages and disadvantages of both to help you make the right decision before making a purchase. Here we are on my website, emancipationoccupation.com. Canon Powershot G7x Mark I versus Mark II review. Look, so we got the two cameras right here. They look very similar already off the jump, right? So there's not really going to be a huge extreme difference between the two cameras, but the subtle differences in the two is what makes the huge difference. Not to sound cliche or anything. So I took my time and I wrote out this whole thing specifically for you guys because this is a huge purchase. And so one of the main things that I noted here was like a lot of big time people are jumping in with the G7X Mark II. You have huge YouTubers, people who do a lot of affiliate marketing and email marketing. They have invested in a Mark II. So already that puts my antennas up and I'm like, okay, whatever they're doing, if this is a huge trend, I probably need to take notice as to what's going on. Most notably right now, Mike Vistil, he's always having his shirt off and stuff now since he got him some muscles. I guess that's how it goes. Once you get muscles, you never walk around with a shirt on. And then you have Think Media. This guy produces awesome videos all the time. I also think he's sponsored by Canon. I could be wrong, or Sony or something, but that's one of the advantages of having an awesome YouTube channel. Whenever you have credibility and people begin to take notice of you, you begin to get offers. So with me creating this YouTube video, the Canon G7S Mark I or II definitely interests me greatly. Now, the biggest difference between the Mark I and Mark II when it comes to visually, or physically more say, is this rubber grip right here. The Mark I does not have that. Sure, I'm pretty certain you're saying like, man, this is like $150 more because of that. That's not just the only reason, but that's one of the reasons. For you guys who do stuff on the move, who are holding the camera all the time, this is a huge difference. When you're doing something, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but I get sweaty palms a lot. And things that don't have a rubber grip or if it's just very slick, my hands get very sweaty. So holding on to something for a length amount of time is pretty difficult. So I could see this rubber grip definitely helping a lot. Then we scroll down a little bit. You notice the two sizes, the Mark I compared to the Mark II. The Mark I is slightly lighter. But I mean, both of these are under a pound. So your grandmother should be able to pick this up with no problem. Now, if your grandmother is YouTubing, yo, that would be hot. Another big difference here is the screen. So one of the biggest upgrades when it comes to the Mark II is the 45-degree tilt. And people are raving about this thing because you're not just like kind of looking at the screen and tilting it and stuff as you're recording. Like you can actually flip it. It can actually come out a little bit. Not just flip, but it can actually come out and kind of tilt a little bit. And it makes a huge difference when it comes to you recording and looking at your video and stuff. It depends on the angle so that you know what you're doing, right? Those of you who make videos know exactly what I'm talking about. And then you have the processor speed. I'm not really going to go into the processor speed because it's here. It's a very short paragraph because a lot of people don't really care about it. But for you techies, it does have the Digix 7. And it is phenomenal. It makes everything a whole lot faster. I'm a computer nerd. So when it comes to Intel processors, AMDs, and all that stuff, I know the subtle differences in speed when it comes to upgrading. So same thing with the camera. I don't want to bore you guys with techie talk. The menu system is also slightly different. Just with any upgrade, there should be many upgrades to the new model. So in this case, I don't want to sound repetitive or redundant, but there is new features with the menu system. Things that you could not do with the Mark I that you can now do with the Mark II. And so there's new added features with the profile picture or picture profiles. We have the color temperature. You can do different things with that you couldn't do on the Mark I. If I remember correctly, you can have more than 3 picture profiles with the Mark II. Because I know the Mark I was definitely limited. You see the differences in the frames per second. Definitely a whole lot more better with the Mark II. You're able to get more quality stuff, more quality screenshots. And being that so many people do video, not just pictures, so many vloggers out there and people do video. There's a lot of popular screenshots out there now when it comes to video, and the Mark II definitely captivates this. The Mark II and the Mark I, there are a ton of similarities. I would definitely, if you're really tight on money and your choice is the Mark I versus the Mark II, I personally would say save your money and just get the Mark II if it's for like an extra $150 or so, because the upgrades do matter. But if you just need something right here, right now, get the Mark I. Don't waste your money on a Mark II. They're both pretty much hand in hand the same thing without the added features. But if you can wait like a month or two, you're able to get some money. I specialize in making money online, and I show a lot of those techniques. I got links below down in the description as to how you can do that. Free courses, by the way, free video courses. You know, make the extra $100 to $200, whatever the difference is going to be. If you can wait 1 to 2 months. For me, that's just waiting a little bit to make more money on Fiverr, and boom, I'm able to get the Mark II just that quickly. So I hope this helps. Either way, you're going to get very quality pictures and videos. I love both cameras. As a vlogger, which it feels funny to say I'm a vlogger, but I do have content out there. Please subscribe to my YouTube video so that you can see what type of content I'm producing, and so that whenever I create new content, you get notified for things such as this, right? But specifically video online creators, the Mark II is awesome. It's one of the best cameras out there on the market. It's something that definitely perked my ears up once I heard of it and I began to do my research on it so I could get it. So leave comments below. What do you got? Do you have the Mark I and Mark II? I'm in a blogger community online in one of the Facebook community groups, and everybody there is using the Mark II. So this isn't just something I'm telling you from reading. This is something I'm telling you from experience as well. But let me know what you're using and tell me why you're using it. So Antonio, emancipatiooccupation.com. Check out my information below. Would love to hear from you. Talk to you later.